This is Drop Tent Media Network.
The old saying goes, if you don't work, you don't eat. Well, there's a new saying for the new generation. You either grind or starve. Established in 2015, Grind or Starve Apparel has become the premier fashion brand for today's hustlers, entrepreneurs, and CEOs in the making. The online store provides groundbreaking styles and innovative designs for today's go-getters, proving that you can grind and look good at the same time. Grind or Starve has several collections to choose from. The new GOS Luxury, Designer, Location Apparel, rep your city to the fullest, Fitness, Barber Edition, Stylist Edition, and Baker's Edition. Go to gosapparel.com the next time you need a hoodie, polo, G-shirts, bags, all made with the best quality materials. Grind or Starve. The choice is yours. Go to gosapparel.com. High IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. What's going on, bro?
I'm gonna go for like a quadruple double.
Welcome to episode 25 of High IQ Basketball. It's Brian Isley, Raymond Byrd, Neil, and Red Cup is back. You got to defend your honor because you was getting trashed on the last episode, my boy.
Ravishing Red Cup. You know what I mean? For all my sunglass wearers. You know what I mean? Inside. You're
Ravishing Red Cup.
Ravishing Randy.
Ravishing Randy.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, and the haters gonna hate. I watched the last episode. It was excellent. And my man was here.
Oh, thank you, man.
He was saying a lot of blasphemy, though. Y'all had a real good episode, though. I was thoroughly entertained.
Thank you. Ravishing Randy, is this in like you? WrestleMania is in Philly this week.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, you know,
Ravishing Rick.
You know, I was a semi-pro wrestler in my day. All state.
Jesus Christ.
1998.
Man, I don't believe half the shit that you say, bro.
Tell me why not?
Because you say shit like that.
My wrestling career, I was 49-3. I got a scholarship offered in Nebraska at that time.
Hold, pause. Where school you went to?
Shabazz, North. The only reason I didn't go, it's going to sound crazy. My parents separated. My mom moved from Newark down to South Jersey. She moved down here on her own. I stayed up with my pop. I ate donuts, hot dogs, and eggs for 2 weeks straight.
Was you a heavyweight already?
Nah, bro. Look out of here.
I'm just asking.
Nah, I was like 120 then, high school. I was a physical specimen. I mean, you can see like the effects of it now.
Yeah, we had it in the quarter number one. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead serious.
All right. Breaking news. Angel Reese has declared to go to the WNBA, foregoing her last year eligibility at LSU. Angel Reese, just a little accolade rundown for Reese. National champion, 23-24 SEC Player of the Year, 2023 Final Four Most Outstanding Player, 2023 First Team All-American. When did she get drafted? First of all, before we get into that, Ray, you got some concerns about her declaring in the first place, foregoing her last year eligibility. Speak on that, please.
I don't think no girl should come out early. Like, the bread is staying in college. Ain't no bread in the WNBA. Why not stay in college and get all this NIL money? I know she's already spoken on it before when she said some of her NIL deals will follow her to the WNBA, so she's gonna be good regardless. But the fanfare that you get from playing in college basketball is completely different than what you get from playing in WNBA. It's no rush. It's no reason to leave early. You can stay at LSU and compete for another championship, add to your legacy. Why would you? I mean, there's no benefit to her to go to WNBA.
Rand?
I don't know if I agree or disagree. I don't know. I think I understand the premise of what you're saying. She'll get more money in NIL. I get that. But to your point, secondarily, she's going to get that money anyway. Listen, I just don't think she's that good. I mean, I think she's going to be a journeyman role player, making $100,000 a year. But if she got those endorsements, I mean, I guess that's going to be significantly substantial for her, which is great. But I mean, she has no bag, bro. I mean, are we talking about Does it make sense economically, or are we talking about athletically? What is your question?
Everything.
I think financially, it makes sense if she could pick up another 100,000 or 75, whatever it is in that rookie deal, plus pick up her NIL money. It makes sense, but athletically, I think she's going to go and just be a bootleg version of Dennis Rodman.
A bootleg version of Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, she's going to score all her points on putbacks and just rebound. And she has no bag at all, so she's going to go and look like shit in the NBA.
I won't go that far. I think she's a walking double-double based off her motor alone.
In the league?
Yeah, in the league. Yeah,
Wow.
A double-double is 10 and 10, bro. She could get 10 and 10.
Double-double.
She's definitely a double-double.
Yes.
I think we need to save this footage.
She's a double-double in the WNBA.
Dog.
What was the player's name again? I want to look
Angel
up.
Reese.
Angel Reese.
She's a dog.
Okay.
I mean, that a double-double based on her motor, based on how she plays down low, she gets down and dirty. Like you said, she doesn't have a bag. She doesn't have a face-up game. She doesn't have a reliable post-up game. But she can get putbacks and rebounds, and that's 5 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds. She could get that. She could definitely get 5 defensive rebounds. She's going to be a dog defensively. She's going to help out a team immediately.
She can get that versus Iowa and like Mississippi State. She's not doing that shit. Brittany Griner's punching that shit.
I mean, listen, she's going
to be playing against.
Offensively, she definitely has some deficiencies. I agree with you and everything you're saying. But she has a motor. She's a dog. She's a good defensive player. I think she'll move more to the 4 than being at the 5 like she plays in college. I think she'll be all right. I don't think she's going to be a superstar.
You think she's a good defensive player?
Yeah, I think she's a top tier defensive player.
Yes.
Top tier.
She's a very good defensive player.
Okay. I don't see it.
Why don't you see it? It's been seen.
It's been seen in college.
Oh, just a question, because to your point, do you think, to Rand's point, do you think she would benefit at all with just her play? You think she should, if she stays where she's at, you think she'll evolve more and she might even be more successful? Or you just
has
think
the potential,
right?
I mean, it's things that she needs to work on. She needs a 15-footer. She's it's her size and the way she's built. You would think that she'd be shooting the tray ball and all that stuff. She can't do any of those things. So shooting is something you can improve on.
Right.
And moves and all that, like she doesn't really have, like he said, a bag.
Gotcha.
She ain't facing you up and hitting you with reverse pivots and turnaround jumpers. She all works. She all dog.
Is she a starter
in the league? Yeah. You don't think so?
No, I have to do my research here.
WNBA is not that talented where she's not starting. She's starting.
I just think there's going to be women her size, if not bigger, who's going to punch her shit. She has 0 moves, and I don't think she's a dog where she's just going to be moving Griner and Stewart out the way, but she's just going to be banging on the glasses, getting all of these boards. I think she does that against undersized women in college. She's going to be playing real big.
Cardoza.
I didn't say that.
That's a big woman.
Yeah, I don't think Cardoza's good either, though.
Cardoza's going to be
Cardoza's a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I understand. Somebody has to be top 5. Like there has to be a 5 pick.
Yeah, people who are top 5 talent wise.
Cardoza's gonna play. You bugging?
She's gonna be a top 5 pick, and she's gonna be a problem in the league.
A problem?
Yes. Oh, you can't teach 6'7".
Yeah, and
Reese is a double on her.
And Reese is not even that big. What is Reese? 6'3", 6'4"?
Reese is 6'3".
You know what I'm saying? So like, you think she's gonna go and just be?
I seen her perform at a high level against Cardoza.
Yo, Cardoza is so mid. Cardoza is so mid. What do we like? You got to measure people against the people they play against. Cardoza is not in WNBA high level talent.
Everybody don't have a Brittany Griner.
I understand that. That's why I said
it's one of those.
I said let me go through the centers and the 4s and on every team in the WNBA, and we're gonna revisit this conversation. And then on the next episode, I would actually like to have a conversation team by team on who do we think she would do better than.
And why are we so big on Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner ain't been like that the last 3 or 4 years.
I don't think she's that great either, but I think she's going to punch all over Angel Reese shit. Angel Reese is 6'3", bro.
All right, so whoever drafts Angel Reese, they going to play the Phoenix Mercury all damn season? No.
But what happens when they play the Liberty?
She can
get shit punched. What happens when they play Houston?
You think she's not going to fare well against
anybody?
No.
Against anybody.
Maybe who? Maybe the Fever. Maybe
she does. No,
Fever got
Boston. Fever. So you saying Boston is a premier big.
Boston
in
going
the
they're gonna
WNBA.
have, they're gonna have Boston and Clark.
How big is she? How big is she? I don't know
Aaliyah
how big
Boston
she
is like 6'3", 6'4".
And she was the number 1 pick.
She was rookie of the year last year.
And she was the number 1 pick.
And what that mean?
I'm just saying
Somebody got to be number
you
one. Right?
saying 63, like 6'3" ain't nothing. Like Boston's legit big in the league.
Legit.
Yo, you fucking
All right,
bugging,
so
bro.
man-
Like, what's wrong with you today?
Move on to the next topic, man.
What's wrong with
I
you,
think
dog?
y'all. I don't know. I don't see it. I'm
This
sorry.
ain't his area of expertise, WNBA. Move on.
How was it not?
It can't be.
Tell me how not.
Because you said Angel Reese is not a double-double walking into the WNBA.
I'm sorry. I don't believe so. I don't believe that she's going to get all of these rebounds and just be putting back all of these layups that y'all think. I just don't see it.
All right, that's fine. But you're going to be dead-ass wrong. And I can't wait
I would like to revisit this.
3 months down the line
when
the WNBA season is well underway and she getting busy.
She coming off the bench.
It's going to be a halt in the season because, the Olympics and all that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be extended.
She'll be good. She'll be good for 8 boards a game, 4 points off the bench.
Women's Final Four. You got NC State versus South Carolina. You got UConn versus Iowa. I think we are all in agreement here when I say UConn and Iowa is going to be the game to watch. I'm not slighting NC State, but it is a miracle story. They were unranked at the beginning of the season. Had a hell of a run, but I think that run is over, and South Carolina is going to trash them. I think the more intriguing matchup is UConn versus Iowa, primarily Paige Beckers versus Caitlin Clark. Ray?
I think UConn beats them. I think UConn got a better 5. The only issue with UConn is they don't go that deep. They don't go 7, 8 deep. They try to play their 5 as much as they possibly can. So, they get in any kind of foul trouble. And Iowa plays at a very high pace. So if that game is the same pace as the game they play against USC, like up and down, that could spell trouble for you.
Against LSU?
Against LSU, yeah. If it's an up and down game, I can see that could be an issue. But I going with Paige Beckers getting them up out of there.
I'm gonna go. It's tough because Clark can go for another 40 piece, but Paige can also go for 30, 35. And Aaliyah Edwards is a question that Iowa has no answer for. And if she got busy like that against USC, where USC had bigs, they weren't really great big, but they had size to match up with Edwards. As where I don't think Iowa has the collective size to match up with Edwards, and she's going to go just as crazy as she did against USC, if not more so. And I think that's going to be the determining factor in UConn getting the win over Iowa.
No disagreement. I'm taking the best player in the country.
You think Paige Beckers is?
I've said that many times.
Better than Caitlin?
I believe, yeah. I believe, and we talking about like translating to the next level, which is what we just talked about.
Yeah, word.
I believe her game is going to translate to the next level very well. She's a 3-level scorer. Her game is smooth too. She can get a bucket from anywhere on the court. I know Caitlin runs around and shoots a lot of threes, and I'm not dissing her, but I think Paige has the more smooth, precise, like delicate game out of all of them. I think she also, while Caitlin runs around a lot, she commands a lot of attention because of the screens and the deep threat. I think Paige controls the game in a way that is indicative of being the best player in the country. And if she didn't have that entry, I don't even think this is a conversation.
I think a lot of what you say is true, but I think we not giving Caitlin enough respect. She runs the point.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't just running around all screens, catching and shooting. Like, she runs the show for them. And they got 4-star guys, 4-star players next to her versus going against a UConn. They're going to have nothing but All-Americans draped around Paige. She runs the show. She gets them shots. She's creating opportunity. Like, she don't have someone who can go get their own bucket. She got to create buckets for everybody else, and she got to go get her 40. So she's really the one who's really controlling the game. The pulse of Iowa is determined by what she does offensively and her ability to create for everybody else.
I think it's 2 different styles. I think Iowa plays like that old Steve Nash style Phoenix. spread offense where she dribbles and then kicks to people. I don't deny that. I know she controls the offense of Iowa. That entire team is designed around her skill set. And I think it's great coaching offensively. To me, Paige is able to dominate the game at all levels. And I know you're talking about the All-Americans and shit in UConn, but half their team is injured.
But I mean,
Like, they don't even have a bench right now. She played all 40 minminutes.
Half of them are injured, right? And they played a girl yesterday who was a freshman that they brought off the bench who hadn't played the entire tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a 5-star All-American who
don't disagree.
Just so happens to be on the bench because you at UConn.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, you're playing major minutes.
Yeah.
She's an All-American, one of the best players in the country. I get they got major injuries, people that should be playing right now that are not. But the people that they bringing off the bench are still better than what Iowa got starting next to Clark.
I think duality is important. I think both things can be true. I respect Caitlin. I don't have any issues with Caitlin. I think what she does for Iowa is fantastic. And she's taken a program that was really not talked about at all and made it like a nationwide phenomenon. I don't look at them both play basketball. I look at Paige and say, she got like some Kobe-esque shit to her game when I look at her. And Caitlin has some Steph type shit to her game.
I think Caitlin,
you know what I mean?
Walking into the league, maybe the best player in the WNBA next year.
What?
And I ain't think that. Well, I wasn't big on her like that off the top.
I mean, listen, if she ends up going to the Fever and they design an offense around a similar to Iowa, I think she's going to score a lot of points.
Boston next to her. She go in there and put up a quarter from day one.
I don't deny that. I mean, I'm not going to shit on Caitlin. I like Caitlin. I think it's two totally different types of players. I think Paige too is also going to line up in front of Caitlin and play her head up, and I respect that. No different how she played Juju.
With 8 other eyes staring at Juju like that. I mean, you got the benefit of you got one superstar and role players around you, so we can deviate our attention towards you. I'm taking the assignment, but I got everybody else helping. That's what they're going to do. I can see them being able to do that.
Doing what?
And she going to guard her. She's going to guard Clark, but it's going to be with all kinds of help.
So let me ask you
the same thing they did against Juju. She didn't guard her man to man.
So let me ask you this: who are you taking, Juju or Caitlin?
Caitlin right now. I think Juju will be better when it's all said and done, but right now it's Caitlin.
Can you respect the fact that that Paige guarded Juju?
I respect it, but I also understand that it wasn't just I'm guarding you and that's it. I'm guarding you with all kinds of help.
All right, we gotta get into the second quarter. Hopefully I'll be able to say some shit in this quarter. We get into the men's. Y'all motherfuckers love to talk. We get into the men's Final Four. NC State, Purdue, Saturday at 6, and Alabama, UConn, right after that, 8:49 tip. Pause. Yo, I want to go, man. I want to go with NC State.
Had to win the whole thing.
I do. And quiet as kept. My bracket, my Final Four bracket was correct. I do have NC State in the Final Four.
Get the fuck out of here. Show proof.
Okay. I'll do that. No problem.
Show proof.
No problem.
You don't call me.
And we are back. This is Brian Isley. Can I get a formal apology since you said fuck out of here? like you can cuss me out for thinking I'm lying.
Rand, who you pick?
No. We're not doing that. You not gonna call me out for lying. I prove you that I'm not lying, and then you say move on. You can't do that.
It's copy and paste some shit like that.
And you still not.
I don't remember you saying nothing about no NC
That's
State.
crazy.
Bird's like there's Photoshop.
Yeah,
all over
it's
it.
shit either.
It's not.
I don't remember hearing shit about
I'm
no
not saying
NC.
it's not true. I don't remember you saying anything.
Yo,
about
everybody
NC.
talking about dark horse. I ain't hear nothing about no
just
NC
showed
State.
you.
My dark horse.
I just showed you, and I still won't get an apology. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine. Go. What were you saying? Since you want to move on, this thing every time he wrong, move on. we got like 10 minutes of this guy saying move on every time he wrong.
Yo, Rand, what's your picks, man? Final Four men.
I would like to see NC State and Alabama.
Why? Because you know Bama got that boy from Jersey on that squad.
I know, Stroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man. I'll be cooking him in LA too. I was just talking to him the other day in his DMs. I was like, listen, boy,
No fuck out of here for that, though. A straight up, flat out lie.
Why is that a lie?
But no fuck out of here for that.
Tell me what's. I got footage. That's my man. That's my young boy too.
Move on.
That's my young boy. That's my young boy. I want to see my young boy get there.
Move on.
I have no other connection to Alabama other than that. I want to see Jersey Zone represented in that. Do I think they're going to be UConn? I don't think they have a chance at all. I don't think they have a chance at all, but I would like to see them. I don't think anyone has a chance of beating UConn at all, but if you ask me what I would like to see, I would like to see NC State, Alabama. What I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be NC State versus UConn, and UConn blows them out the gym in the championship. UConn is just, I mean, they just look completely unbeatable. Too athletic, too long. They can shoot. They can slow it down. They can run the floor. They can do everything. They can do it everything. And male college hoops this year has been ass, man. I'm just sorry. Bro. It's just shit. It's been ass.
I ain't watching none of that shit.
It's been ass, bro. It's been ass. Like, this was probably one of the worst years. It was so this class was so hyped. And off the top of my head, I don't think any of those McDonald's All-Americans made an impact at all this year. I saw a buddy from USC that was their number one prospect. What's his name? Collier came in talking about he's going to be projected number one. I saw a mock draft the other day. They got him at like 22. Like, he dropped way off the scale.
If you look at the mock board,
crazy
who they comparing these guys to. They compare everybody got an NBA guy that they compare him to.
Yeah.
Fatty-ish, young.
Yeah, bro.
They got them all compared. Turkaloo. It's all role players they can put. Nobody has no star potential on this.
Outside of injury, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't remember a projected number one person dropping that far in the draft after 1 year of play. And I can't even remember how long.
Which one call it?
Who?
New York's finest went to St. John's.
New rule. Y'all can't bring up motherfuckers if y'all. I'm asking you.
I can't think of his name. What's his name?
You get a point deducted if you bring up somebody and say what's his name, who the boy.
Felipe Lopez.
Oh, damn.
That's
in the 90s.
He had that number one supposed to be that guy. He went to St. John's for a year, dropped down.
Bro, I mean, to go from 1 to 22 in a year where you had no major injuries.
He fell completely. I think that's the worst fall off ever.
Yeah. But that's my picks, bro. I mean, I would like to see NC State, Alabama, but I think it's going to be NC State, UConn. UConn wins easily.
Yeah, I think UConn is winning. I do want to see the Cinderella story continue for NC State. It'll be dope. I mean, you got NC State men and women in the Final Four. That's a great story in itself. You got UConn men and women in the Final Four. That's another dope story, especially considering that the UConn women weren't supposed to be there. I think this is one of Gino's finest coaching jobs in his 35-year tenure at UConn. But yeah, like you guys said, the men's game has been mid, very underwhelming. People that I was looking at my memories on Facebook talking about how great WAG was. That shit ain't aged well at all.
Like milk.
Edwards too. WAG is the deal. WAG, and I was fighting hard for WAG because there was a lot of people going against it, saying, "Yo, including Ray, saying like he ain't. I don't see it. I don't see it." And now I don't see it. Cause damn, bro, like how do you fall off that much? And then people ragging on Bronny, but there's special circumstances concerning that. The man had a heart condition, had cardiac arrest, but people ain't cutting him any slack. He had a subpar season. Now he's in a transfer portal looking to go somewhere else. What are y'all thoughts on that? I mean, we don't even have to talk about the NCAA men's tournament anymore because it is ass.
Yeah.
It has been trash.
I put on your post the other day. I mean, I think Bronny's too comfortable in LA. I think he's just gonna move over to the UCLA or something like that.
That's what I said.
I don't think he's leaving California at all. And I don't know if there's another program out there that makes sense for him to even, go to. I think he's going to stay LA based. I would love to hear what's his motivation for leaving USA.
Yeah.
I would love to hear his reason why. I'm sure the media is going to overblow it and try to make him some sort of villain like they always do to our young black athletes. But I would love to hear his reason why he wants to leave USC, especially if he stays in the state. Now, if he says, I want to go to DePaul and just kill shit, like that's what I would like for him to do. I'm just throwing DePaul out there, but I would like to see him say, I want to go be the number one option on the team and show the world what I can do, because I'm tired of hearing people talk shit about me averaging 6 points a game. I would love for him to do that. I don't think he's going to do that, though.
I don't think he's going to do that. Like you said, he's staying in California or staying on the West Coast, at least, because that's where their foundation is. That's where everything is. They moved everything over there. Brian got his production company over there. They're looking to take over Hollywood. They're looking to take over podcasting. They're looking to do a lot of things with content and stuff like that. So Hollywood, California, that's the place to be. You're not leaving there at all. Plus, you get a lot more deals out there than you do coming east. So I think it will behoove him to stay out west, and he gonna do just that. Now, where he goes, I mentioned UCLA to Ray last night. Maybe Oregon.
Yeah.
Maybe Arizona.
San Diego State. I mean, they're competitive right now.
You know what I mean? Like somewhere where he can prove himself.
Yeah.
Try to produce.
Yeah.
But USC has run its course. He is up out of there. Ray, what's your thoughts on that?
I think you talked about it yesterday, where I'm not gonna necessarily blame Brian, but after he had the cardiac arrest, he probably should have sat out the year, give himself a true chance at being successful. Like, he seemed like he really rushed back to get back on the court because I want to play with my dad. I want to get to the league ASAP. Versus, not necessarily. I'm pretty sure they didn't put his health at risk, but he probably should have took the year off and give himself a true summer to get right, and then coming to have a freshman year next year. Versus come out here struggling, then everybody looking at you crazy. So I mean, I agree with all y'all. I think he's going to stay on the West Coast. I don't think it makes sense to go anywhere else. I think he's leaving USC because he came there because of Collier.
Yeah.
He's leaving. Teams, they was cheeks this year. They're going to be cheeks next year. I'm going to go somewhere where we can be successful and I can play a bigger role.
You think, you mentioned straight, you think he struggled this year with USC? I just don't think I think he just played within the offense. I think he's just that type of player that's going to play within the offense.
He played the way he played at Sierra.
Yeah,
when Sierra had talent,
I agree.
He averaged 6-7 points a game.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It wasn't until his senior year where everybody was going, where he really started to get busy, but he never was a guy who was putting up 30-point games and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be, if he doesn't make it to the league, he's going to be a piece. Maybe a 3-and-D guy. He's not going to be LeBron or anything close to that.
I agree. Iguodala is his ceiling.
If he's Iguodala, he's lucky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the ceiling for him.
Iggy once upon a time averaged 20 points a game. I don't think he's ever going to do that.
That's not that is very, very, very far-fetched. I don't think that's happening. First of all, Iggy is 6'6", 6'7", like a 74-inch wingspan. Bronny is not that.
No, I'm not saying he's going to be Iguodala. I'm saying that is his ceiling. Like, I think his max potential is going to be an Iguodala type person. If I had to compare,
what I'm saying is, to be an Iguodala type person, you have to have an Iguodala type build. Okay. And he's 6'3".
He's a role. He's a 3-and-D, play good defense, knock down the corner tree. Well, that's best case scenario for him.
Oh, we finished up early. We are headed into halftime. This is High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor. This is halftime, and halftime is sponsored by If You Know, You Know Trivia Games. This is a trivia game created by a great friend of mine and friend to the show, Saquon Gillette. If You Know, You Know is a 90s to 2020s hip-hop and R&B trivia game. Is created by Saquon Gillette. As I said, it's Star Corner Production, Star Corner Games, and it's the game you never knew you needed. Guaranteed to have you singing, dancing, laughing, and reminiscing. You'll probably learn something too in the most fun way ever. It's for ages 13 and up. because with hip hop we have explicit lyrics. But yeah, if you know, trivia game, get it on Amazon and wherever games are sold. That is our halftime sponsor. We are back. This is High IQ Basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. Headed into the third quarter, Joel Embiid made his return, 24 points. Anybody catch the game last night? Anybody look at Embiid? Anybody look at the highlights?
Yeah, I checked the highlights. I seen a little bits and pieces of the game last night.
How'd he look?
He looked good.
Yeah,
I seen one joint. He plugged ball, took it full court. Like, he looked like Joel. And he played 29 minutes. So it wasn't like he was on some crazy minute restriction.
Then they got the win.
And he got the dub.
With Joel Embiid back and the Sixers, making their playoff push, they could be a scary matchup for anybody, correct?
Facts.
Yeah, I believe so.
And they are currently in the 8th spot.
Right, they in the play-in.
They got to get to the 7th, though.
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, they wind up in the 8th or the 7th spot. They match up with either Boston or Milwaukee. Do you think they're capable of knocking either team off or both teams off, or what?
They beating the Bucks.
I agree with that.
They beating the Bucks. They going home. They see Boston.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Adrian Griffin 30-13 when he got fired. Doc is 14-14.
Who's the Doc apologist here?
Hey man,
I remember that conversation.
It ain't you and it ain't me.
He held himself accountable. I remember that shit.
He ain't holding nothing accountable right
now. What he
now.
doing now?
Nothing.
He's made them worse since he's been
gonna
there.
be in the conference finals. That's where he's gonna be at.
Oh shit!
Book it.
Even if somehow they face the Sixers in the first round.
I mean, understand for Boston or Milwaukee, that's a nightmare matchup to face a team that, if at one point in the season when Joel was healthy, they were in the mix. They were one of the teams that thought had a chance to come out of the East. So that's a nightmare matchup for either one of them.
Are the Bucks beating the Sixers if they see them round one?
Yes. Wow. Yes. We have not seen any. Have you seen any evidence from the Sixers the last couple years that they've been able to go into a playoff series and beat any team that was as good or better than them? You haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
And I'm rooting for them. I have not seen them beat a team that was as good or better than them in a 7-game series. They come up short every single time. So to think because we dislike Doc that he's going to be the one that they suddenly overcome, I don't see it.
Well, that's probably the primary reason, because Doc ain't shit. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, they got some very good complementary pieces with the Sixers right now. That Lowry pickup, great facilitator, great defensively. Buddy Hield can spread the floor. They don't need any other.
I like Buddy.
They don't need any other all-star players. They need more role players that can play situational basketball and can get a bucket in prime time when Joel gets double teamed. They are going to beat the Bucks. I'm willing to bet. Let's make a bet on there.
I'm fine with that.
I would, I like to indulge in spirits. So let's bet a bottle of spirits.
I ain't doing nothing. Facts.
Let's bet a bottle of spirits.
Of your choice, of my choice.
Facts. No limit. What's the limit?
We gonna go crazy?
What's the limit?
You want to go?
Nothing more than $100 bottle.
Fine.
Because I drink well. You know what I mean?
Fine. Listen,
I don't drink none of that bullshit that civilians drink.
I'm gonna tell you what I want.
I
just want a bottle with Douce.
I know you want Douce. Yeah, I want more than Douce. Douce is mid-level to me.
You said $100. Douce right there, like $70.
I'll make sure I take care of you. I'll take care of you. You take care of me too.
Listen, that's an on-air bet.
On-air bet. And I'm not even a Sixers fan, but I think the Bucks are a bad matchup for a healthy Sixers team. I think the Knicks are a bad matchup the Bucks are a bad matchup for a healthy Knicks team.
I think the Bucks
are they gonna be healthy?
I just think the Bucks ain't it. It's just something missing, and I don't think they're gonna be able to fix it come playoff time. I don't think they're gonna be able to just turn it on, hit the switch, or whatever cliche they saying on ESPN these days. I don't think they have it, and I think Doc at the helm makes it worse. It's not a dislike to Doc. It's just like you haven't seen the Sixers beat anybody of note in the playoffs. I haven't seen Doc overcome anything in the playoffs worth mentioning. Like, he's been ever since 2008. He has underachieved. He hasn't been that guy. And keep in mind, in 2008, he had the best staff by far in basketball. The coach of the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau, was his defensive guy on the bench right beside him in Boston. So, like, he didn't even have to handle all of the coaching duties because he delegated that to Tibbs. Now you the guy, you've been a guy. Like, Tibbs went on to Chicago, Tibbs went on to New York, and so on and so forth. Doc been a guy ever since. And with the Clippers, and then with the Sixers, and now with the Bucks, man, underachieving every stop you've been to. You haven't done shit everywhere you've been. So I'm taking that into consideration heading into the playoffs with such high expectations. It's championship or bust with Milwaukee. When they got Dame, the goal was to win a championship. They not winning that, and you might mess around and go home early, given the circumstances.
Milwaukee's getting to the conference finals. If they're going to lose, it's going to be the Boston in the conference finals. They're not losing to the 76ers in the first round. And it's not even a guarantee that that's the matchup anyway.
So they might lose to Orlando.
The Sixers could easily be the 8th seed and go see Boston. And I think they give Boston the same hell that they would give the Bucks. You know what I mean? That's a scenario where Boston could get upset in the first round because that's not an ideal matchup because the best player on the floor would be in Philly. Embiid would be the best player in that series.
No argument for me.
And that would be a nightmare matchup for anybody, any high seed, having to see who you would. They probably be the 2 or the 3 seed. Now you got to see them in the first round. So I don't think it's so much on Doc or his underachieving. I think they've had injuries. There was times during this year where they played they won 8 straight or whatever, and Dame's been in and out the lineup. I think when whole and healthy, the Bucks will be fine and they'll be in the conference finals.
Listen, Doc Calipari is going to do what Doc Calipari does. He's going to get in there and be mid because that's what he is. And the Bucks better hope. They better hope the Sixers don't get to the 7th. They better pray that they see the Bulls or the Heat. I think
they don't want to see the Heat neither.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Pacers. I think everybody beats the Bucks. To be honest with you,
Bucks is in the
everybody. Maybe the Pacers. Maybe they can beat the Pacers. I don't think. I mean, I haven't checked the scouting report or whatever on the Knicks. I don't know if Randall and OG coming back. I mean, I got to assume. I mean, they didn't have season-ending injuries, but they haven't talked about it. But if they get OG and Randall back, they're not beating the Knicks either, and they're not going to beat Orlando. I go Orlando beating the Bucks.
No.
The Bucks just play with no heart, bro. They play with no heart.
Whole and healthy, the Bucks are getting to the conference finals.
Whole and healthy, who they missing?
Dame is in and out the lineups. Dame, he missed the other day. They just lost to the Wizards.
Yep.
How you lose to the Wizards and you got come on, bro.
And Giannis played lights out.
Come on, bro. Come on. Stop. The Wizards.
I believe Giannis had a triple-double.
Come on, man.
Listen, when
you tripping.
They gonna be in the conference finals. I'll be right and y'all be wrong.
Doc Calipari is going to do what Doc Calipari does.
What's the reason why you got so much faith in this Bucks squad? I know they were your preseason pick, so I guess you got to stand on business. But outside of that, why do you think they're going to do what you say they're going to do? I don't see it.
I'm looking at the roster. It's a well put together roster, and you talking about in the playoffs where you truly locked in. Right now, we in the dog days of the season. Boston, I seen Boston blow a 30-point lead against Atlanta. That won't happen in the playoffs. Right now, you in a position right now where they kind of locked into the 2 spot. They know where they're going to be. They know what the expectations of the season are. You're at the point where you got 6-7 games left in the regular season. There's not a lot on the table right now.
Can I ask a question? Atlanta is fighting to get into the playoffs.
Right.
So to lose a game to a team that is desperately playing, desperately playing to get into the playoffs, they giving you their best shot. What the hell are the Wizards playing for? How do you lose to the Wizards? They're not
Listen,
playing for nothing.
You're making my point. They're
No,
not playing for anything. So they out there playing. They just having fun. They throwing up, they chucking up 30-pointer, 30-foot jumpers, and they just so happened because they NBA players, they were making shots that day.
So you think
shit happens.
So you think the team with two almost perennial all-stars in DeJounte and Atlanta, DeJounte and Trey.
I'm gonna say Trey was out.
Or
Trey was out.
He was out that game?
Yes, DeJounte was by himself. Okay, so what are we saying?
Who the Wizards got?
What are we saying? I'm just saying we're in the dog days of the NBA. Teams like Boston or teams who are locked into where they locked into, you have nothing to play for, and you're going to have days where you shit the bed. That's not a reflection on Boston. Boston shit the bed against Atlanta, let their guard down because it's a game that doesn't matter to them at all. They know where they're going to be. They're going to be in the playoffs.
That's
Milwaukee
way more than
shit the bed against the Wizards,
bro. Yeah, that's all kinds of shit in the bed.
I don't know, Ray.
30-point lead.
That's what Boston did. That happens. And that's not a reflection on. I think Boston's still the best team in basketball. That loss changed nothing. They came back the very next night and bust somebody's ass like they've been doing all season long. That's not a reflection on. They just at the point in the season where we're locked into where we're locked in. We're playing games that have no meaning to us.
Right.
We're just trying to get in the playoff form and win games. The Bucks will be fine. When they hold in health, they got a good roster top to bottom. They got size. They got a bench. They got shooting. Dame is a known playoff performer. Giannis is a known playoff performer. The expectations are the expectations. I don't know if they get to the finals, but I do expect them to get to the conference finals.
I just don't see it. Like you said, Dame been in and out of the lineup. Middleton's been hurt a lot of the year.
Middleton actually starting to look good, starting to look like old
Middleton's
Middleton.
starting to look good, but their defense has been a question mark all season long, and that just doesn't click on come playoff time. It doesn't.
I've seen it. I've seen the Lakers last year on their run to the conference finals be a shitty defensive team all year long and then get in the playoffs, and all of a sudden they locked the fuck in. They locked in because Brian decided that, it's time to play ball. It's the playoffs. Let's lock in. It happened. And you're playing the same team over and over. You understand their sets. You're playing against you get the same matchups every day. It's different in the playoffs versus the regular season.
You got Bron, you got AD, you got Vanderbilt. You have capable defensive players. Dame's never been that.
I name one person. This is a team that has been notorious as a top 5 defensive team. The Milwaukee Bucks have been a top 5 defensive team for years.
And why?
And they added Dame, right? So I agree with you. Dame is not a known good defender, but they got a bunch of good defenders around him.
And they ain't been showing it. They haven't been
the regular season is the regular season. The playoffs is the playoffs. You're going to see. I just gave you an example of a team, the Lakers, who gave up a bunch of points. This year, the Lakers are giving up 117 points. I guarantee if the Lakers get in the playoffs, they suddenly going to revert back to what they did in the playoffs last year. They're going to play good defense. And it's not a coincidence. It's the playoffs. We're playing the same team over and over. We know what you're running. We know what the matchups are.
It's not a coincidence. You got Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Vanderbilt, and the Bucks got Dame.
I can name the same name. They got Giannis, who is the equivalent to AD.
Middleton is not a great defender.
Middleton is a good defender.
I said great. Dame has never been a defender at all, ever.
Milwaukee has a better talent-wise defensive team than what the Lakers do. If you go player for player, you name guys who can defend outside of Dame. And the Lakers have Russell, who is the equivalent to Dame on defense. What are we talking about?
So why haven't they showed it?
Because I think they're going to show it in the playoffs the same way I expect the Lakers to show it in the playoffs. I'm giving y'all a legit example of the Lakers turning into this good defensive team in the playoffs.
All being recorded.
And you're sitting here telling me that you don't expect the Bucks because of Dame. The Lakers got D'Lo, and they did the same thing last year.
You sound crazy, Ray. I'm sorry. I can't believe what you did with the Bucks, bro.
I can't believe it.
When
I
in
don't
the
know what you
conference
watching.
finals, what y'all gonna say? Man, just bring my bottle. You want to bring me a bottle too?
I just want to drink. That's it.
You want to bring me a bottle too?
I don't bet. We headed into the fourth. The Iowa versus LSU, the highest rated game. Why the hell don't these ratings transfer over to the WNBA? Rand, I'm gonna start with you.
I don't know, man. I don't think that that women support women's sports.
You gonna go the Bill Burr route?
Is that what Bill Burr said?
That's exactly what Bill Burr said.
I mean, I just don't. I don't think that women support women's sports, bro. I think dudes who are into sports will be into sports in general and will watch whatever's trending, whatever we can get behind. I think most men who are into sports just want to look at something that's entertaining. It could be volleyball. It could be gymnastics in the Olympics. Whatever's popping, like we'll watch it. But I don't think that the women's game is going to grow unless more women get behind it and support it. I don't think these ratings are going to translate at all. I think it's a flash in the pan right now. They're going to go to the WNBA, and what is that starting like a month or two or whatever this WNBA starts and you're not going to say, I don't know any women, and I work in the food industry, so I work around majority women. Everybody's talking about the games that just happened, and I don't think I know a woman that can name 5 WNBA players. Now maybe and I don't think it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if they were able to build more rivalries in the WNBA that were marketed, maybe, but I don't see it happening. I feel bad because those girls is hooping. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Right?
I mean, I think that game was so highly anticipated because you had the rematch, you had the Caitlin Clark versus Reese, and I think the other thing that you had was the us versus them. You had the, this is the majority white team, and you got a majority black team. You see it on all levels of sports where you had that element.
That's true.
So that's a big part of why that game was so. If Caitlin Clark wins, right, and she gets to the championship game, you'll have that same element versus South Carolina because that's a predominantly African-American team versus this white team, and you're going to have that.
Yep.
But in regards to translating to the league, it never has. We've had the Tarasis, you've had the Shamiko Holscott, you've had superstars, you've had dynasties where Connecticut went over 100-some games in a row, won 4 straight national championships. It's never translated to when they got to the WNBA because I think, like Rand said, females don't watch WNBA games. They don't go to WNBA games. They would rather go and be dressed up nice at a Sixers game or whatever the NBA game is. You know what I mean? Like females don't support the WNBA. And I think the big thing behind college is it's the university, right? I'm a huge Duke fan. I don't care if we got Zion, Wojo, Grant Hill. I'm gonna be a Duke fan. Like that's why I say they shouldn't leave college. You don't leave college because the buzz is around the university. Yeah. And the person who's wearing a uniform, like you got Candace. I was a huge Tennessee fan, so I was huge on Meek. You got Lawson. You had all these great players, but it's Tennessee. You're going to be a fan regardless of who threw the uniform on. When they get to WNBA, you follow a game here and there. Like I watch basketball in general. I watched some games last year, but I ain't watched a bunch of games. I tuned in to a couple of New York, Vegas games, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan. I'm a real basketball fan. I got the ticket. I really tap in.
I think those things are true. I think more women need to support the WNBA. I think more people in general need to support the WNBA because, like I said, these are these same players that they love so much in college. They got the same game. The Monstars ain't take their powers when they go to the WNBA. They still good. They can still play. It's still compelling basketball, especially playoff time. I think the support matters, definitely matters. But the other thing is, I think the scheduling is all wrong. Y'all play in the summertime.
Yeah.
Nobody give a shit about them. People outside.
Vacation.
We outside. I mean, I'm not breaking my neck to go home to watch WNBA basketball. It's shit going on out here. They probably don't even want to play during the summertime. It's summertime. Who want to be working during the summertime? I think they need to find a way to bring the WNBA to actual basketball season. Summer is for baseball. Summer is for the Olympics. Summer is for barbecues and cookouts and the beach, not the WNBA. Only time people watch basketball in the summertime is during the Olympics. Even the big three struggles. And nobody watching them like that. It's summertime.
Yeah, I've had some very ratchet Philadelphia women tell me that they watch NBA games because they follow the men, like they fantasize over the males. A lot of those same women are not interested in watching WNBA at all. A lot of them will even say it can be pretty. How do I say this politically correct? I mean, many of the women in the WNBA come off very masculine, and for the non-avid sports fan, it might not be visually appealing to watch too if we just keeping it a buck. You know, a lot of them really don't want to watch a bunch of masculine women run up and down the court and shoot the basketball.
That's another confusing thing, though, because a lot of the WNBA is LBGT and all that, but it's a huge machine behind that. It's a huge backing behind that. As far as the society goes and economic goes, people back people from the.
I agree.
That's a strong group. So why are they supporting the WNBA?
You're right, man. You're right, bro.
Think about it, right? High school, right? High school, you got boys and girls team.
Mm-hmm.
People pack the building for boys games.
And don't no one go to the girls games.
Every once in a while, you might have a team or two where they're good, where you'll follow them. But for the most part, nobody follows the girls.
But you know what? You know what? Like middle-aged women will follow if we have a good soccer team.
I have no idea. I don't.
This is interesting. Yeah, this is
What they do though.
No, I'm just saying, the women in my family played basketball in high school, and then now they exclusively watch football. Like they don't, you know what I mean? Like they watch a male sport.
Yeah, I hear more women. When we have a good soccer team, I do know women that'll follow.
True.
Women's soccer.
There's a lot of football. Yeah, football is
Tennis.
very, very big.
They'll follow female tennis when there's.
I love female tennis.
I think tennis in general is lit especially when we have somebody to root for, especially on the women's side, so far and few in between. Like I try to catch every Coco game, you know what I mean, or match, you know what I mean? It's so few and far in between for us to follow.
She got some real big shoes to fill.
She do, man. She do. And I know it's a whole different sport, but it's
no. But people gravitate towards women's tennis. They love women's tennis. A lot of people love women's tennis more than the men.
They do.
That's why I don't understand. Like, there's.
I've only watched women's tennis. I don't think I've ever watched a men's match.
Yo, I used to watch.
And I don't even mean. Yeah.
And all
Sure.
Crazy.
But people, what you just said, Agassi, Pete Sampras.
1970.
That was 1994.
You've watched more Serena matches than Agassi. We all have probably.
They're electric
because I was invested. She was black. I want to see.
Maybe that's what it is about the WNBA. Maybe they don't do a good job of marketing its stars too. I know it's probably difficult to market some of them for whatever political reasons they may have, but I mean, I don't know.
That's why I always said, yo, you stay. Why would you leave playing in front of 30,000-40,000 to go play in front of 300, 400 people? Like, you stay. It's not accurate. But yo, there was a time where you had the WNBA and you could. There was no NIL money. You couldn't get paid. The girls didn't leave early. You could be the best player in the country. You could have left after your freshman year. You stayed all 4 years, and it wasn't like you was getting money. Now you getting money. You have incentive to stay. Why would you leave to go play in the WNBA and to get forgotten? Yeah, that's what happens. You go to the WNBA. And all that buzz you had, it disappears.
Angel Reese said it was cool. I won a national title. I was SEC Player of the Year, and all that stuff. Her goal since she was a child was to be a professional basketball player. That's why she's leaving.
You're gonna be a professional basketball player regardless. You go do one more year, WNBA, Rush, wherever you decide to go play ball at, it's gonna be there. It's a bag right now. Like we just had a topic where we're talking about Caitlin going to the Big Three for $5 million. You would take that $5 million, you put the WNBA on hold.
Yo, I could not agree with you more. I don't know what you and Lil was talking about.
What do you mean?
Like y'all was saying that she shouldn't do it.
I know. I never said she shouldn't.
What'd you say?
Do it. I always say take the money.
You did.
But
you said she can't compete at that level.
I also say what comes with taking the money.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, man. You're right. I think Lil say a lot of ridiculous things in general. he looked ridiculous on that
I'm just saying,
but
take 5
you
million.
gotta take that 5 million, bro. 5 million, 75,000. It's not even a conversation, bro.
Come on, bro.
If you're gonna take that 5 million and get punished in a big three, then no one's gonna fault you if you go to the WNBA the next year and start killing. But
That's all I'm saying.
like, come on, bro. 5 mil over 75,000. This is not even a conversation. And whatever deal she's gonna have making that 75,000 in WNBA, she's gonna have that same deal making the big three. There's no way. This is not even a conversation. If that's my child, I'm like, yo, you sound crazy. This is even a thought. Go play them 10 games or whatever they play in the big three.
I had to leave the Final Four right now.
Now I'm out.
I had a 4-goal playing college ball right now to go to.
What?
I'm out.
Yeah.
What?
You ain't never gonna see 5 million in your career in the WNBA. Like,
it's just crazy. And now people hating on Ice Cube, talking about some healing. They don't even have 5 million.
Yeah, Paul Pierce said that shit.
You know what I mean? Like, people always hating, man.
Paul Pierce said they ain't got that 5. That's capped.
I think, Brian, your point. I feel like your point is it's scarier. Like, it's worry. I wonder if she thought about it. Like she's just like, right, I'm about to get beat the fuck up. Like, I'm about to, like, you know what I mean? Like that. There might be repercussions from that. Just all the hate shit in terms of hating.
Yeah.
People are gonna be lighting her up on social media, man.
The option is I can always go back.
Sure.
Like, so you get the 5 mil, I can always go back to the league. It's like wrestlers. Like, there's a couple wrestlers that left wrestling, went to UFC, got beat the fuck up,
and went right back
and went back to WWE. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna get this crazy match bag. And then I'm gonna go back and get this other bag because I brought eyes over here. I'm gonna bring eyes back to where I started at. Yeah. So go get the money. Like, soon as the clock hit 0 in the national championship or the national semis and you lose, I'm out. I'm out of here. I ain't doing no post game interview, no nothing. I'm out of here.
I think real ball players to everybody in the room. I think everyone. I feel like they should be in agreement. Like, go get it. Who cares?
Cube said it was going to be 10 to 12 games.
You play every week.
What?
You play once a week.
Conversation?
You probably can still do the W.
You probably can.
Well, they said that the WNBA put some sort of provision that she can't.
Wow,
that's hate. That's Adam Silver.
But that's because everybody has some sort of issue with Ice Cube. But there should be no reason. I mean,
Silver in the NBA been shitting on the big three since its inception, and that's not right.
It's not.
And to do that, whatever provision or prohibiting her to play in the WNBA, even if there's a path to play in the WNBA and play in the big three, that's straight up hate for Caitlyn and the big three. That's BS. I don't like that at all.
You got nothing to lose by missing the WNBA team.
Nothing.
You gonna lose some star power? Like, you probably gonna get more attention from playing in the big three.
Everybody gonna tune into that first big three game where she get her ass killed. And everybody's gonna watch it.
And if she fuck around and get busy, they really gonna tune in.
What? Yo, man.
So it's a win-win because it's far-fetched that she gonna get busy. But say for the sake of argument, she does. Oh my God. Yeah. That brings eyes to the WNBA because if she killing in a big three, shit ain't happening. But if she killing in a big three, she gonna kill in the WNBA.
And it's not far-fetched, man. They just had homegirl from the Liberty shoot against Steph and
Sabrina Ionescu. Deduct a point from him. He don't know her name.
I don't know all the names, bro. I'm just saying. What I'm talking
IQ
about.
basketball.
I'm just saying.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know names.
I was drinking before I came here. You know what I mean? I don't have my red cup. I was chilling. You know what I mean? But as you can see, I'm in rock star mood. If they're already doing this whole male versus female thing, so listen, give it a try. I commend Q for the innovation and trying something different, man. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, bro? Like, she gets killed. We realize what we all know. Girls can't play with men, but whatever. Like, it's
come up with 5 million though. I think $1 million would have got it done. Q.
He gathered up all the money that he didn't pay from Friday.
Q. $1 million would have probably got it done, my boy.
All the money you supposed to give Smokey, Debo, Pops. Yeah, Day. He got all that money in the pot and offered it to Caitlyn. We going into the OT. I guess we're gonna talk about the diddler. It's live. It's a lot of jokes.
Nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because it's bad boy.
It's a lot of jokes, man.
You know what I mean?
I was looking at my bad boy varsity jacket in the
That's your
closet.
boy, man. Yo,
That one to the back.
for everybody watching,
I gotta.
Diddy is his man. That's his guy.
I
Bad
got-
boy for life, for real over
I see
there.
a lot of Diddy in there.
I don't know.
I see a lot.
He
of
got
Diddy.
it.
I
He
see a
got
lot.
that.
I see a lot of Diddy in there. I do.
That's
Was
crazy.
it, is it in the walk
I
or
see a
what?
lot.
What is
That's
it?
The
crazy.
swag,
in
the
the
talk,
walk,
the walk.
and the walk
You
is
know what I mean?
wild,
The look,
crazy.
everything. I see it.
That's
I
ridiculous.
see it.
That's
One, stop
totally
teaming up on my
different.
dude.
You know
Two,
what I mean? I'm just saying.
don't talk over each other. But
Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
you're good.
I'm sorry. I gotta defend myself.
Yes,
at
you
some
should.
point, though, because these guys is out of pocket. Yes. Diddy is one of Bad Boy, Biggie, Mace, Locks. Love Bad Boy, my favorite label ever.
Mm.
I'm not denying that. Just because these allegations is coming back, I'll rock with Bad Boy. That was my team. When it was Bad Boy versus Death Row, East versus West, fuck them. Bad Boy for life, for real.
Rock with
So
R. Kelly too.
I'm kind of distraught. Nah, I never really got
You wasn't
got
stepping?
into R. Kelly like that. Nah.
What?
I know y'all joking and everything, but no, and the shit ain't funny. It's going overboard now. Y'all doing too much.
Yo, we just asking.
Nah,
was you a fan of R. Kelly's
y'all acting
catalog?
stupid.
I like.
I liked 12 Play. That was it. I didn't like Chocolate Factory or none of that shit.
Can I ask a
But I
question?
digress. Let's just say because in this country, for whatever is guilty until proven innocent. And in the eyes of the public, he did it. Whatever he accused of, he did it. The feds raided his cribs, he did it. There's always been speculation and rumors about him anyway. So now people are like, oh, it's finally coming out. Oh, he did it. Whatever the stuff with Meek Mill or Stevie J and all this other shit, whatever. Just say for the sake of argument, after all these memes, after all these jokes, after all the verdict, the guilty verdicts from the public, what if he ain't do none of that shit?
Listen, I don't give a shit if Diddy is a freak or not. If he is trafficking girls, then he deserves all the attention that he's getting. But I could like the music and not give a shit about the man. I mean, I really don't care what's going on with Diddy, and I'm also not going to publicly try to prey on his downfall. I hope that he's not out here hurting people and women, and I hope he's not doing any of that. But I don't know that man. I don't particularly care. He has to go through his due process. I hate that he's going to be guilty in the eyes of public opinion. It's nothing. I don't care what verdict. Even if he gets a completely innocent verdict, he's still going to be guilty in the eyes of many people, which is unfortunate. It is. You're right. It's unfortunate. It's going to damage his credibility and his reputation moving forward.
No matter
what. And that's the unfortunate part. But I'm not going to stop playing any of that old school Bad Boy shit. I loved his last album. I thought that shit was fire.
It was very underrated.
That shit was fire to me. And he has a fire catalog. And I could like the music of the man and not really give a shit about the man. No different than Kells. I know you said we was trying to be funny overboard, but I was being real honest. I fuck with Kells' music. I don't know R. Kelly. I don't know if he's a creep. I don't hang with creeps. If that's what he did, he's in jail now for a reason. Whatever. That's what he gotta pay, the cost for. You know what I'm saying? But his music is his music, and that's all I care about. That's all I listen to.
I think the difference between the Kells and the Diddy situation is that, Kells has been arrested, charged, tried, convicted. Diddy hasn't been charged with anything. Diddy, nothing. It hasn't been arrested or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It is wild. I feel like almost to reference another case. I hope if he is innocent, he's not worried, he's innocent. You almost need to do this publicly. He's got to do that trial publicly, almost like Johnny Depp's. You know what I mean? It's terrible and it's awful, but the allegations are so egregious that he's got to yo, this is horseshit. I'm going to show you how much horseshit it is. But it's strange how quiet and everything,
Have you followed the Young Thug trial at all?
I follow some of
Have
it.
you at all?
Bits and pieces. Yeah.
Like this, it's a joke. Like, I mean, they trying to hit because they almost trying to hit Diddy with a bunch of charges, almost like a RICO
Yep.
in some ways. And they try to do the same thing with Young Thug shit. And I used to follow that shit like a lot. But when I was watching the trial, it's a joke. If you listen to any of like the legal experts, they all say that this is like a dog and pony show with Young Thug. They're trying to break him financially.
Yeah.
They're trying to taint his image.
Yep.
But fortunately for him, he has a following in Atlanta. He's young enough that he could rebound. For Diddy, it's unfortunate, even if, because I feel like a lot of this is a dog and pony show too. They're just trying to trump a bunch of small charges against him to make him look bad, to paint him in a bad way in the public eye. Because to your point, if they had charges, they would have picked his ass up. And did you hear that the footage that they put on social media of him leaving the country on his plane was like 2 years old?
That's fake. Yeah.
Like he's in Florida, like right now.
Yeah.
Like
He never left the country.
They're just trying to publicly humiliate him because they don't have any real concrete evidence against him. Probably other than he probably was a real freak and had wild ass parties and
Sure.
and I'm sure that has happened. But
Right.
what they're doing to his image right now, like I can't support. I hate that shit happens. I hate that it happens to the people who are crossing that billionaire boys club for us. There has to be some sort of public attack on those people who made it from nothing to something and they're now playing at the table with those big boys.
Yeah, and then when you go against powers that be, like the Ciroc situation,
Yeah.
where he filed a lawsuit against, I believe, the parent company, and as soon as that lawsuit
You
came,
get this pow.
all this shit happened.
Now it's all pow. That's all. It's yo,
Like-
pow. Get back in place.
It happened immediately.
Yeah, come on. It's
As
just-
soon as that stuff was going on, so I don't think there's no coincidence there either. But yeah, I do think he was involved in some stuff, some wild stuff. But I think that the powers that be was like, oh, you don't want to play ball? Now we about to fuck your life up with this stuff that you was doing, your extracurricular activities. We about to bring that to the forefront, and you about to get embarrassed, and you about to be ruined. You ain't never gonna get a distribution deal again.
Nope.
All that music stuff is done. All them endorsement deals is done. The revolt shit is done. All is done. You don't want to play ball like you've been playing ball these last 30, 40 years. I mean, we've been letting you get this money and prosper. Now you want to go outside the box and do your own thing. Nah, we going to humble you a bit. we going to bring you back down to Mike.
Did you hear Dame Dash interview that he did like a couple days ago?
Nah, and I usually listen to Dame.
Are you
all
a
the
support?
time.
Like, do you like Dame's messages? Are you like a fan of?
Dame is my guy.
Yeah, I rock with Dame. He's an asshole, but he's an asshole to people who focus more on like the messenger versus the message.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, everyone has told me or talked about me like I'm broke for all of these years, but I'm self-funded. I'm independent. I'm not in bed with any of these mega organizations.
Yep.
I'll never have to go through this. And when you team up with these organizations, you end up making your bed. You got to lay in it. You make deals with the devil, and I never have to worry about that. And I'm happy living in my little house in LA with my wife and my dogs and my production company. And I think that shit is so true.
He been saying it
He's
for
years
decades.
been fighting with the machine over shit like this. And now you have all of these people who are now like in jeopardy of losing their credibility. And Dame is just sitting back like, yeah, I mean, I self-funded my enterprise.
It makes him look.
It does.
Like and people like a few people like, yeah, he's right. He's talking that shit. But it's him saying it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
So forget him. We don't want to hear it from him.
Yep.
What you're saying is right, but I don't want to hear it from you because it's so abrasive and it's so uncut and raw that it's gonna hurt me, and I don't want to hear that shit from you. But he's been right this whole time,
He has.
and now Diddy is proof of that. Like all these companies that you did deals with, now they not rocking with you because you not rocking with the game plan anymore.
And now what you got? Nothing. They crumbled your entire empire.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
we forget about the IP stuff, right? Go ahead, Ren. What do you think?
Go
Well, I'm thinking about the IP stuff. Like some people are like, well, who's coming after? I was like, it just could be somebody with a conglomerate that is just like, I want his IP. I want it's a takeover. Go ahead.
Yo, can I say something? The
Yeah.
same shit happened to Bill Cosby when he made his pitch to buy CBS
Oh,
or ABC or whatever, because he tried to buy one of those networks.
They said he was trying to buy NBC.
It was NBC, and then boom,
right.
boom.
Yeah.
Old ass man, 80-year-old man, brought him
think
down.
he did that
The
shit.
minute that he made his pitch to go buy NBC or
I think he
whatever,
did that shit,
crumbled
but
his shit.
I
And
get
you
you.
know what? He probably did.
Yeah.
But
That's
they
the
brought up
issue.
shit from the 70s on, bro, because he tried to go buy a major network.
I never understood how in that Cosby show, I know we're getting off topic, but that was all here. That shit was so old. That's just my word versus yours. And how was their word stronger than his? You can't have no proof.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to stand on, but I said it happened and I'm a woman and you're a man. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Bill Cosby for years was like for us, like the model black family. That was, for us growing up. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? The doctor dad, the lawyer mom is like what we all grew up as kids, like aspiring to be a doctor and a lawyer.
Still to me, the greatest sitcom of all time. I don't care what nobody.
It is, but like that man is going to die at some point and not get the recognition and the claim he deserved for the years of work and service that he put in. Now, I'm not saying if he did any of that egregious shit, I'm not excusing any of that. But to bring up some shit that's 35 years old, because the man, before he wanted to go by NBC, wasn't bothering anybody. You didn't hear anything about Bill Cosby. He made his pitch to buy the network that's struggling because people are not watching linear TV. So he wanted to get on his Oprah shit or his Diddy shit with Revolt, buy the network, help him, and then boom, they trump up all these charges, all this shit.
No, the craziest part about it, like all this stuff stems from actually the Cosby and the Diddy stuff stems from two comedians. Hannibal Buress was making Bill Cosby jokes. Then all of a sudden, boom, all this Bill Cosby stuff happened. Cat Williams sits on Club Shay Shay, talks about did he want to party, but you got to tell him no. 2 months later, boom, all this shit happened. It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, wouldn't that be indicative of it possibly being more true than not? Right? Like if that's someone inside the entertainment and Cat,
or is it millions of people saw what you said and now they running with it.
Yeah. This is the thing. Both things can be true. I feel like we as a public, social media does not allow us to really take it in. Like you guys are already seeing shit about Diddy. It's almost the public consensus.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, it's like
it's a done deal.
Did that shit.
You're ruined.
Yeah.
Where Diddy at 50 won't let up. 50 Cent won't let up on this guy.
I rock with 50, but I just can't support how he just pounces on people when they go through shit in our culture. It's just nasty, man. And I rock with 50, man. I think what he's doing in the entertainment industry and how he's transitioned from music to what he's doing now is like remarkable in what he's been able to do. But every time that somebody goes through something, the way he jumps on them and just makes fun of them and poke at them, I don't know. I don't get it, man. 50's the type of dude that comes off as a hater to me. I'm sorry.
Facts.
He on some hating ass shit. Fifth, you so up Fifth. Like, just stay quiet, bro. Like, I can understand if it's Ja Rule, y'all have this long tenure beef, y'all done stabbed each other, beat each other up and shit like that. But it's like, yo, come on, boy. Floyd, Hove, Puff, everybody, bro. Like, you got something to say about it. Stevie J. You just shooting at anybody.
I was gonna say that, like the Ja Rule thing, they try to take the whole Murder Inc. down. They really had to Rico. Like it was over for them too.
Yeah, man.
And fortunately for Ja, 50, it was no social media, so 50 Cent couldn't go crazy on the way. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Thank God, no social media. He would have went crazy on Ja.
Like he going crazy now. They had real beef. So he would have went crazier on him than he's doing with Diddy and stuff. But I just wanted to pose that question to you guys because like it's already 100% in the eyes of millions of people he did that shit. And I'm trying to like, okay, there's another side to this too. What if motherfuckers just trying to ruin him and get at him and take his bread and just completely break the guy? Because that could be a possibility too. Now, if he did any of this stuff, especially with the Cassie stuff, the Cassie shit sound crazy. So if you did any of that stuff, bro, all right, it is what it is. Can't rock with that. Can't condone it. Can't rock with it. But damn, due process doesn't exist.
Did you hear about the allegation of him, the sex trafficking shit? I was watching CSNBC the other day, and they were saying that he was sending his driver to pick up girls for his sons or for like his sons and his friends. Now I'm thinking like, they're just trying to put anything on him because
they consider that sex trafficking.
Technically, Is it really? No.
Because when you say sex trafficking, the first thing come to my mind is, yo, you taking girls and you sending them across the country.
It's really not though. Like there's like multiple degrees of it.
Shit.
Yeah, there's like multiple degrees of it, but they're saying that the fact that he sent his driver to go pick up these girls that come back to his house could be considered trafficking, but more information is coming up. And as they were having parties and his sons and things like that was there, he was sending transportation to the girls so they didn't get Ubers and things like that to come to the house. He would send a driver to go pick them up. And I'm thinking if I was a billionaire and my sons had a girl and we was having a party, is it a crime for me to send a van to go pick the girls up and come to the house? I mean,
that's just painting a picture without the details, right?
You know what I'm saying?
You thinking that Diddy sending bitches over to fucking Brazil and shit. And
could you imagine if he did that? How quickly he would be arrested if he like. So they're saying, oh, allegations of sex trafficking, but no one's talking about the context in it that he was sending his drivers to go pick up girls for his sons. And I would probably do the same thing for my children, male or female. Yeah. If I was a billionaire, my daughter was home, these dudes ain't just driving to my house. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, so hey, let's get the driver. Like, Dante, Akbar, Dev, Lil, go get this one because they will be my drivers, right? Like, Aggie would drive one, Dev would drive one, Nick would probably drive one. Go get them, go take the Tahoes, go pick the girls up. I want them to be safe. It's going to be a protected environment. Sure. I want them to feel protected, respected, and connected. You know what I'm saying? And does that make me a sex trafficker because I'm picking people up to come to my house?
If people want to ruin you, yeah,
exactly. And if he really was sending bitches to Australia or whatever, he would have been locked up, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. This shit is crazy.
He wouldn't be sex trafficking is in like the point, like anytime. Yeah, but I get you. I get what you mean. Yeah, it's crazy. In the last moment because you answered it, but for Ray and Brian, whatever happens, right? If it comes out to be true, whatever it is, can you separate the artist from you? Yeah, like the artist from the art. Will you continue going forward?
It's tough for me, man. Like, but
you got daughters.
It's that, but my favorite entertainer of all time is Michael Jackson.
Right. It's hard. You already.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people still give me the side eye to this day. Or you fuck with this
right?
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this guy's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough, man. But listen, if I could get through that, Mike's still my guy. He's still the GOAT to me, king of pop. That ain't never going to change. And listen, man, Bad Boy got Ready to Die. Bad Boy got Life After Death. Bad Boy got Harlem World. Bad Boy got No Way Out. Bad Boy got Money, Power, Respect. Man, I'm listening to that shit. Forever, bro.
Ray tripping.
How about you?
Listen, it's hard because, like, in the Bad Boy situation, you can say, "Oh, I ain't fucking with none of Diddy's album," but Diddy was attached to a lot of shit I fuck with. I'm not going to like he said, I'm not going to not listen to Big. Yeah, and he was attached to all that shit. So yeah, either way, you still gonna be wrong to somebody. You know what I mean?
Facts. And then motherfuckers still gonna hit you with jokes all day. Mm-hmm. Like, it don't matter. So you might as well do what you want. I ain't doing nothing wrong. It's music. And I like the music. They put out classic shit. What I look like not listening to Flavor in Your Ear remix. I'm always listen to that.
You buy the music, not the man that made it.
Facts.
Simple as that. I buy the music, not the man that made it.
And Mike ain't do none of that shit.
Facts.
All lies. He just out of here with
he
that.
Just hung blanket over hang his ass. Hang him blanket. Fuck out of here.
You know what I mean? I don't know about all this other stuff. I know my guy was too busy moonwalking and all that shit to be doing all some wild shit.
Standing on stage for 7 minutes and got them Asians falling out in the crowd and shit just looking.
Illest shit ever, man.
Illest.
That dude did the moonwalk, man. When he went in a Billie Jean video, he stepped on the concrete and the shit lit up.
What are he talking about? What is he talking about? He don't know where to go.
Shit lit up. Smooth Criminal, the ball was leaning. He was parallel to the ground and ain't fall. In the goddamn Remember the Time video, he spun so fast he turned into dust.
Yo, you tripping, right?
Like, what are we talking about, bro? It's Mike.
Yeah, that's the GOAT.
And Mike, in a Moonwalker movie, he turned into a robot.
Listen, let's not even talk about Thriller.
Let's not even talk about Thriller, dog.
I don't know Ray. Ray on the wrong. He on the wrong podcast.
My man turned into a werewolf and a zombie.
He don't know shit about Teen Wolf.
And still got the girl at the end. She still went home with him.
Come on, stop playing with Mike.
Man, stop playing with Mike,
Yo,
man.
Stop playing with the bull.
Stop playing with him, man. This is high IQ basketball with Brian Isley and Raymond Byrd. I lost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you lost.
All right, man.
It was close.
For Neil, Ray, and Ravishing, Red Cup.
You're Rockstar.
Rockstar Rand.
Goofy
This is
glasses,
Brian
Rand.
Isley. No show on Saturday. WrestleMania weekend. City gonna be crazy. Not dealing with that traffic. So we'll catch y'all again next Wednesday. Later. If you're going to a baby shower and you need a gift, I have the perfect solution for you. Go to Honeybee Cakes on Macari. Honeybee Cakes specializes in affordable diaper cakes. They make the perfect gift for the new addition to the fam. Search Honeybee Cakes on Macari today. Hey everybody, this is Brian Isley, comedian extraordinaire, asking you guys to download Logo, the Isley album, and Uno, the One Take album. I have 3 albums. They're all on Spotify. They're all on iTunes. They're all on Tidal. Streaming well right now, but I need more support. I need you guys to go and download these albums, man. Download Logo, Laugh or Get Offended. Download the Isley album and download Uno, the One Take album. And they are available where you stream all your music. They're hilarious because I made them. So download these albums today and get your laugh on.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of Drop 10 Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to drop10.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see Drop 10 on. We appreciate it. Go to drop10.com now.
I'ma have to tie up my Nikes for this one. I'ma go for like a quadruple double. I'm playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. If fortune favors the bold, that's why I keep on just winning. If timing is just the essence, then I'ma keep on just spending. I'm worth a couple of bucks, shout out to Antetokounmpo. Dropping in B-ball facts that's seeping into your glucose. Advising like Tony Kukoc, getting into it mucho. Directing all these plays like my name was Tony Russo. Ballin', that's how we do, so I'm going in for the win. Penetrate the lane like we way back in 2010. I'm stomping straight in my Timbs. The basics just like I'm Tim. I'm dunking on you haters. A poster is where you live. It's magic all in my wrist. Steph Curry, we going swish. It's showtime like the 80s. Basketball is where we live. I'm highly gifted and skilled. I'm going in for the kill. The game is on the line. Raymond Byrd, hey, yo, what's the deal? Pass it to Brian Isley. I bet he probably surprised me. High IQ basketball is just showing it's not a hobby. Playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding down, so now shoot it. We playing the game to win, and greatness come from within. The only time you lose if you only never begin. Gotta be like the shoes and just do it. The clock is winding.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.